I guess you've got to design the process, but keep it simple. What we did is we mapped out the process and made sure it was squeaky clean, clear and transparent, and then communicated that very clearly to the community groups who would be applying, to be clear around what they could apply for, but more so around the process, so they really understood how the voting process would work. And we basically had an expression of interest where they applied, and then those were narrowed down, and we decided on 10 groups to pitch their ideas, kind of a Shark Tank style, and they all pitched them to each other, not to council staff, and each group got to vote on who would get the funding, and they couldn't vote for themselves, so it was completely decided by the community groups who were part of that grant process. It did connect some of the community groups together, and we saw some joint initiatives coming out of this, not necessarily for the grant themselves that they were applying for, but afterwards some of the groups started working together on some of their common initiatives. So that was great, and also it meant that the community really bought into the process and were really, I guess, happy with the whole model and how the decision making was made. It wasn't done by this bureaucracy, it was done by the community deciding how community funds were going to be used within their own community. Yeah, so we've also done an expression of interest for the coastal activations process as well, asking the community to tell us what their ideas are to do things along the coast. And we've got a lot of applications through that process, some from business, some from not-for-profit groups, some from little small sole proprietors as well. And they came up with the ideas about what they would do along the coastline. Rather than us telling them what we wanted to see, we asked them what they would want to see on the coastline and how they would deliver it, and we just made that a possibility. But this gives a way for those unspent funds to be channeled into a grant program where the community can make the decisions on who gets the funding, but we then give out all of the grants in a way that's clear and transparent. Well, we stole it from the UK, so it's not an original Onkaparinga idea. Director Philomena Taylor saw that in the UK, and we decided to model it on something that they've done previously. But not a lot of councils are doing it, certainly not in South Australia. I think we were one of the first in local government in South Australia to try it. I'd really like to see more community panels, more participatory decision making, the community making decisions on who gets the funding within each community right around Australia. That'd be fantastic to see.